What fan base / community do you know that just needs a chill out? The CrossFit community. I've always knew that people rolled their eyes at the CrossFit community and I never got it. After all, I'm okay with someone working out and being happy about their healthy lifestyle. Then my sister-in-law started doing CrossFit about a year ago. Every time I see her, the first words out of her mouth have something to do with CrossFit. It's either about her workout she did earlier that day, or some new PR she had, or some competition she was in. It never stops. She also developed this smug attitude about it and has basically stated that all other workouts are not truly beneficial the way CrossFit is. She even belittled my father-in-law who gets up and runs 4 miles every morning. Evidently, running isn't good enough. 2 weeks ago, we were at the beach with some other family and my sister-in-law had some bruises on her knees from a CrossFit injury. It was her source of pride that entire week. She called it her CrossFit bruise and constantly referred to it. I hope I can cover up my CrossFit bruise. I don't want to get sunburned on my CrossFit bruise. I have to be careful how I sit or it hurts my CrossFit bruise. The thing is, her muscles look no different than they did before she started CrossFit. Attack on Titan radical fans. Pretty much everything from shipping to the ending. The majority of fans would complain about it because it didn't meet their standards, and expect Izumi to read their minds about how the story should be played, especially the ending, and who the characters should end up with. Allow me to contribute with a couple of the ones I am more familiar with. Among Us. Yeah, the memes are very annoying and I am guilty of using them before if you check my profile, but it is annoying when you see a "when the imposter is sus" meme for the umpteenth time. If we ignore the memes, then the sub seems to treat every error as some doomsday waiting to happen. Yes, the hackers are bad and the anime lobbies are terrible. Those ones have some legitimate issues, but whining that quick chat killed Among Us is just not true. Yeah, it's annoying how accounts handled it, but it's a simple fix, so not worth whining about for the 1000th time. I think this one has died off for the whole art style change. Danganronpa. This one is mostly away from the sub, as the sub is generally pretty polite from my experience, albeit with some weirdness at times, but every fanbase has its weird sides. I'm mainly referring to Dr. Twitter and Discord, since that, like every fandom, is where things go to die. This time it's about ships. People have been doxxed because of such reasons, which is downright ridiculous, as like everything we have. It's an opinion and people are fine to ship / like whatever they want. It's said thing is problematic. I'd advise speaking to them the best you can. Doxxing is never okay. I think a Kyaki cosplayer was doxxed for stupid reasons as well. Nintendo fans. I feel like the biggest problem with Nintendo fans is how damn ungrateful they are. Yes, they have some legitimate points at times concerning what Nintendo did with the Melee tournament and Nintendo's weird business practices, but for some reason whatever Nintendo does always has some stigma against it. Mario Golf, for example, while the reception was universally positive, I believe, some people were still asking for Mario Strikers when characters are announced for Smash. The most common comments I tend to see are "who asked for this character?" or "why did X get in? Why character should have got in instead?" Sephiroth is a good example. He was hyped up and tons of people wanted him in. I think the demand increased once Cloud got in. And the cycle of the above-mentioned comments made it in. Yeah, the fans do have some influence, mainly as how Steve got in, I think, but it's up to Nintendo, and some characters are impossible. For example, they are not from a video game. Sorry if I sound randy here. Every fanbase has its good side, it is just that some have very vocal minorities. The K-pop zoomers are insane. They truly think everyone cares about that stuff, whether they live in Seoul or not. On the opposite spectrum, old hippies in their 70s who are still deadheads. It's just sad when most of the fan base is on a rascal scooter. Fallout community, specifically the New Vegas. Obsidian fanboys, I mentioned one time how I really enjoyed Fallout 4 and a lot of NVFB descended on me telling me I was stupid and wrong and that New Vegas was better. I never said I disliked New Vegas. I loved it, but just saying something positive about 3, 4 and 76 gets them to descend on you. All of them. Something about fandom takes our innate tribalism, attaches it to people already prone to anti-social tendencies and obsession, lets them be gatekeepers. Then technology gives them the tools to broadcast their displeasure throughout the world. Every fandom is comic book guy. Now, Michael Jackson fans. The guy was extremely talented and pretty clearly fucked up. After paying millions to settle a pedophilia lawsuit, a normal person would be done with sleepovers with boys. He kept having sleepovers with boys. That's why I do not understand the people getting bent out of shape when people suggest he was a pedo. Pop fans. Every story my so has of when she was one has me wonder WTF is wrong with these people. Like at a show, expect to see someone break their arm. Make sure it's not you. Or I almost passed out because I waited for the show starting at 3 AM for good places, but the crowd was so tight that it was holding me up. And that is not starting in the ultra fans that hound the performers so hard that they are basically at every single show they do. Yankee fans. Chill out. Every year is not y'all's year just because the team spends more than any other team. It's sad that you guys still suck and haven't won a ring in the last decade. Haven't been relevant either. Congrats, you guys won a bunch of rings when there was 12 teams and they traveled by train. Get the fuck out of here. Pop. Being a Korean and living in Seoul, it's very cringe seeing 17-year-old American girls calling pop stars their husband and such. And also One Punch Man fandom. They think that he's the strongest in all of anime. False. Edit. You can't say, insert character name here, can beat Goku, unless you watch the full franchise. Pop people. I'll never understand what their issue is. You see them make comments and tweets that have nothing to do with Asian pop, and they always include a gif of their favorite group dancing and singing. Like I literally don't even understand the logic of it all. Plus it's just super cringy and obsessive shit all the time. All of the ones that ship the actors in the show rather than the characters. Think what you want about fictional characters, but more than once I've seen these echo chambers within larger fandoms where these people that truly believe female lead is secretly married to male lead. Male lead's relationship with his real-life partner is a cover. Male lead's real-life partner is a shrew who is ruining his life. And both actors' romantic lives have been carefully and deceitfully choreographed by their traitorous management and evil studio bosses. Also, it's all just about to come crashing down. Any day now they're going to publicly declare their love for each other. Management, studio be damned. Oh, anyone who questions this narrative, whether to point out factual errors or simply question why the powers that be wouldn't love the marketing boon of the romantic leads together, is either a PR shill or a malicious bully. Apple fans, they always talk about their gadgets and look down on Android owners. This doesn't apply to this topic, but have you noticed that only iPhone owners have a habit of opening their gallery every 5 minutes and flipping through pictures? I have nothing against iPhones. I'm going to buy it myself. Star Wars fans. I love Star Wars. Even Jar Jar grew up with the original trilogy, but the fans are rarely happy with the universe and George Lucas. It drives me crazy. Be a fan. Enjoy the good and bad, and praise Lucas for giving us this faraway galaxy. Stop complaining about every little thing. Philippines Facebook, Twitter. To summarize the whole issue, some attention-seeking self-insert mamilords makes #spiled go viral. P.S. Bayot, biot means gay, so they were basically saying it's gay, and of course some cringe-ass pop stans had to be offended and had to defend their gods. Crap goes from meme to an issue about homophobia, racism, nationalism, threats and doxes. The whole thing's a mess, but fortunately it's slowly getting better. I can't believe no one has said Doctor Who. I am a long-time, hardcore fan. I've watched everything going back to the mid-1960s, long before I was even born. But the fandom is just sigh. I have left every single Doctor Who fan site or digital space because so many of them are just the pissiest of neckbeards who are angry that the current Doctor is a woman. But what's really fucking dumb is that these same people have been doing this toxic shit since the 1980s. They were like this before the internet. Car guys, yeah. I understand that you wasted 11k on a Lincoln with 150,000 but Toyota makes far more reliable cars for half the price, and my abused Toyota will still outlive your Ford/Lincoln/Chevy that you basically had to spoon feed to get the 200k. Also, most of them gatekeep to some degree. Oh, you drive X car for X reason? Why would you bother driving that? That car is trash because it doesn't have as much horsepower as I think it should. It doesn't look cool enough / I don't like the way it looks. Oh, you drive that? That isn't even a real car, so you don't like cars / you're not a car guy and your opinion doesn't matter. The Prius is the first car that comes to mind with that, and only a true car guy can appreciate the Prius. A lot of the groups I've tried to join for true crime podcasts that I like are incredibly toxic. Morbid is the worst. There's actually a Morbid Reddit and a Morbid for Nice People Reddit. I'm not sure why you'd want to stay in a group for something that you seem to really hate. For people that are gonna say Star Wars, let me make this clear. There are fans and there are fanboys. Fanboys hate anything after 2005 or 1980 because it's not George's story anymore. Fans can still have their opinions, but generally like most of Star Wars and steer clear of starting dumb fights on the internet. Pokemon, I have never seen a fandom so determined to be unhappy. You could give them everything they've been asking for and they'll find something to hate about it. And even if you give them something they actually like and can't find a single thing to hate about it, they'll just use it as a baseball bat to bash something else. I like Danganronpa, but I do not interact with the fanbase at all. According to a friend, there was drama semi-recently because someone she knows got a call-out post on Tumblr, accusing them of tracing their fanart, and it consisted of shit like, "See the glasses in this fanart? If you look at the official art, there are the same glasses. If you stretch the image horizontally like this, shrink it vertically like this, and rotate like this, it's exactly what they drew." And it's just very, you guys know there's only so many ways to draw specific things, right? Also, if that somehow didn't sound ridiculous to you, I will note that my friend has literally watched that artist drawing, so she knows for a fact that it's bullshit. Star Wars, yes, I agree that The Phantom Menace wasn't the best movie ever, but you don't need to bully a 10-year-old child for it. And then there was that whole thing about Rey. The sequels weren't that bad. WWE Universe is shitty at best and creepy at worst. I've seen everything from guys sending the woman detailed fantasies to demanding private medical information from wrestlers, saying that they assumed someone wasn't on TV because he got deported, and sending threats and abuse to wrestlers who are getting pushed because their faves aren't on TV. Some of them clearly have teams running their accounts, but a lot of the mid and low-card talent run their accounts by themselves, and I can't imagine what constantly hearing that shit is to someone. Out of all of the parasocial relationships, that one has to suck the most because so many people can't separate the person from the personality. I know of two, Genshin Impact, most gacha mobile games, they seriously need to cool it. especially when they drive fan artists to quit social media because they didn't draw someone correctly, used lighting that made one character's skin slightly less dark than usual, etc. They disgust me and I never want to associate with the game or its fan base. The VTuber community is a train wreck. The moment you say something neutral or negative about someone's virtual waifu, you're going to get a lot of shit. The VTuber community is full of gatekeepers, Miss Andre, because there aren't a lot of men in the community who get a lot of fans, and there's a lot of pressure to collab or be unique. If you're going to become a VTuber, you'll need to put yourself in debt for a model, set up and equipment. You also need to have the expectation that you will fail. A person is a successful VTuber when they have an established following already. A VTuber I know of who had a great setup, wonderful model and everything never got more than 50 viewers and failed to get attention. She ended up graduating early because it was harming her mental health. Some VTubers are extremely secretive about their setups, like it's some kind of forbidden knowledge, or tell you to Google it instead of being a helpful role model and answering questions that Google might not have. The community is absolutely garbage when the simps are obsessed with their queens and will do pretty much everything for their digital waifu. Sometimes I don't think they realize a real person is behind the avatar. There are some nice VTubers out there, but overall the community is trash. It's like idol culture. Attack on Titan fandom series was really good and the community was chill, and then the controversial ending came out and shit went downhill fast. Everyone at each other's throats. It's awful. Only stick around for some cool artwork that pops up in my feed every now and then. Every single one. I'm not even kidding. I've been in a lot of fanbases over the years, and I've learned to stay out of the thick of them. They all have their toxic sides. And in some cases, those toxic sides are actually the majority. That's just what happens when a lot of people are collectively very passionate about something. Downvoted to oblivion for this. Game of Thrones. I've been harassed for not loving every second of the show. Yes, it's good. I don't care if it has sex and tits. Let me watch my space and history stuff without trying to force me to watch God. I've recently have taken a liking to football, soccer, and have found out that many, mostly in social media, people are kinda sexist and racist, to such a high level and very explicit too. Also, there is an unspoken rule that your team is your religion and you defend it against everything at all time, which I don't find crazy, but it gets so heated in social media. 21 Pilots. As a former member when I was a naive teenager and needed something to quell my untreated mental illness. The clickies of the band are absolutely horrifying. Constant bullying, and if you didn't know every single thing about the band or every song, you were berated and singled out in front of everyone. They can and will eat you alive. While I've made some nice friends and still listen to the music quite often, I do not associate myself with the fandom and try my best to stay away. People way too into beer. I really am into beer myself, but there is a crowd that is obsessed with how hoppy and bitter their double imperial IPAs can be, or fanboy over some medieval Belgian monastery's recipe. I mean, some of that is good, but what is wrong with just enjoying a Busch Light after your men's league baseball game? Beyonce's fan base. I made the comment once that I thought she was a better dancer than she was a singer. Legit death threats. Her fan base is insane. It's quite apartment. They're called the Beehive because they have the scary hive mind that's all powerful and controlling. Anyone who makes their political views their entire persona, regardless of what their political affiliation is. It's fine to have political views, but would it kill some of you to talk about something different for a change? Edit. People are trying to argue politics with me via DMs over this post. The Filthy Frank fandom, even though it's dead now, back when it was poppin' in 2015-18 they would take anything he say religiously and start acting like they're better than everyone and try act all edgy and shit while missing the entire point of his character, and it would make them look like assets. Don't get me wrong, I love Filthy Frank, but these motherfuckers took it way too far. TikTok, and I'll go ahead and stand this to all social media influence culture. Some of the content is legitimately fun and wonderfully creative. The problem is ... there's so goddamn much that even the truly good stuff gets swamped under the digital tonnage, crabs in a bucket.